wrath bringeth forth strife.
The forcing of wrath bringeth forth strife. And when you go into that word forcing, in the blue letter, it goes into the word squeezing, man. And it says the squeezing or the squeezing of the anger of the Lord, man. And that's what Jake is doing. They're squeezing the anger of the Lord, which causes what? It's an irritant. Which means what? If it's an irritant unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's going to make sure that that irritant is done away with, man.
Smoke in his nose.
The smoke in the nose, the irritant, the squeezing of his anger, it bringeth forth his wrath, man. Hey, so Jake is going to be caught up in the wrath. And although we have to be in the midst of, you know, the troubles, and we're not going to catch it. We're not going to catch the fire as Jake is, man. Hey, we're getting in that fire now, the spiritual fire, in order to be purified. Jake is going to be in that fire in order to be destroyed, man. There's a complete difference. Their temperature is going to be turned up on a whole nother level, man. And on top of that, their value of their metal is less, man. All right, so bring it down to this one.
This is like yeah, this is the book of Zephaniah. It's like the book of Zephaniah 3. Yeah, Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger." And in another word, matter of fact, let me start at where it says, "Gather yourselves together, you gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have brought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger." In the midst of the Lord bringing his wrath, even though you being in the midst, you seeing what the Lord is doing, and it's putting fear upon you. You're trembling, but the Lord is not actually having it happen directly to you. You know, that's like the Lord said that my people shall eat, but you shall starve. That's the Lord hiding you from his anger. I'm gonna give you food because I'm having mercy on you. I'm sparing you, but these motherfuckers, your next door neighbor, your family that rejected this truth, you know, your niggas, the people at your job, when you see them going through what they're going through, hey, that's the Lord. That's the Lord's anger, man.
Yeah, and you say that we can't do nothing about it.
You ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yep.
You ain't got nothing to do with it. You know.
The Lord didn't put the spirit on them to directly ask you, and you know, to guide them out of the fire, so to speak. It ain't got nothing to do with you.
No. They gonna let me. Lord ain't gonna put the spirit on us. Oh, here, take this. The Lord gonna have us hard in that day.
If the scriptures say that our tongues are gonna cleave into the roof of our mouth, hey, then think about everything else.
I got one quick one. Isaiah 5, Amos 5:13. "Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in their time, for it is an evil time."
Yeah, the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time. Hey, because having the knowledge, having the understanding, the ability to know, it makes you a target in that day as well. You know? So being able to keep quiet, hey, because back in the times, or back in the accounts of Acts, what the apostles, the disciples, they had to go to certain houses, had to travel to certain places, had to stay lodged among certain individuals, hey, whether to bring out the word of the Lord, or to the Lord may have set them up in a certain spot for them to eat, you know, or receive provision and food, or to sleep, whatever the case may be. So in that day, it's going to be important to try the Spirit, to see, in that 1 John 4:1, to see whether or not they're of the Most High, hey, to have temperance, to be circumspect. All the lessons of wisdom are going to have to apply in that time, because, hey, you're not going to know who's going to be out for you, man. Anybody could be for your what you said, not for your, I don't want to say downfall, for your, to make your hell harder, basically, man. You know? You guys still on the precept, bro?
Yeah. Ecclesiastes
4.
Yep. That's good.
Whatsoever is brought upon
Start
thee.
the top.
Top, yeah.
Top.
Yeah.
That was holding it.
Okay. Ecclesiasticus 2:1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and continually endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away.
Yeah, in other words, you better make sure you have rule over your spirit, man. You know? Remember, another thing that we're taught in this truth is what? To have self-control, to be patient, to know how to suffer. So when we go through these moments, you're not going to be so quick to haste to try to get out of the situation. Instead, you're going to actually deal with the situation and understand why the Lord is putting you through it. You know?
I think I forget that. I was going to quote it kind of right now, but the Song of the Three Holy Children, when you actually read that, it's the prayer that they were praying.
Yeah.
And they were humbled in that moment. They weren't trying to like, let me out, let me out. They sat there and went through the glory that they understand of the Lord, and if I remember right, what they could be guilty for, for deserving to be in that fire. You know? I'm gonna read over it and maybe pull a couple highlights out, but you really got it.
I got one.
You still reading?
You still have more, but it's go right now. All right, we'll get right back to it.
It's James chapter 5, verse 10. It says, take my brethren, the prophets, who has spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. It says, behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy.
We know what the Lord put Job through. That man, he put him in fire, man. He turned the fire up on Job. Job, you know, he complained a little bit, but he manned up and he dealt with it, man. He took it. And the Lord saw that, which the Lord already knew that about Job. That's why he did it. You know, and that was Job's trial, man. And at the end of that, Job was more stronger. You know, his faith was battle tested, and the Lord blessed him even more than what he had before. So we look to those stories, man. Prepare thy soul for temptation, man. You're gonna go through it. The Lord gonna put some pressure on you. I mean, do he not say that who I love, I chasten?
Yep. Scourges every son whom he receiveth.
Right.
You're not chastened, you're a bastard.
You're a bastard. All right. Like, if you think you're gonna be comfortable all throughout Jacob's trouble up into the chariot, that's not gonna happen.
You just gonna be
that's
eating,
a whole nother.
You just gonna be eting the whole time and drinking. Nah, man, you're gonna be hungry sometimes.
Running water.
Yeah. Nah.
Wi-Fi. All that. You know?
Niggas think like that.
That's not gonna happen.
They think that shit. Hey, but even in the movie The Road, right?
Yeah.
Even when they came across the bunker, they still knew that they had to leave it.
Yep.
You know?
Keep moving.
Leave that comfort. Like you said.
That pilgrim.
Yep.
Yep. We go back to that.
Alright. Verse 3. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be
that thou might be increased at thy last end.
Yep.
Who we was just talking about?
Chastised.
Job.
Yep.
He was increased at his last end.
In that chastisement chapter in Hebrews 12, I believe it is Hebrews 12, it said, for it worketh, it exercised the peaceable fruits. Yeah, what is that? It yielded the peaceable fruits that are exercised thereby, something to that effect. Basically, it builds you up going through the chastisement. Yeah.
Alright, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take forth cheerfully,
and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Here's the part right here. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
What's the next 2 verses say on
Verse 6, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
That's how you deal when you're going through the tribulation in the lowest state. Read the next verse. I think that's
Verse 7, he that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
that patience. Wait upon his mercy, right? Read the 9, matter of fact.
Okay, 9. And go not aside, lest ye fall. Verse 8, ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Verse 9, ye that fear the Lord, hope for his good and everlasting joy and mercy.
Yes. Yes. You got something, too?
The wisdom of Solomon, 3, verse 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good. I got some good. Could you grab Daniel 3? I want to lead into it, but I want to lead up to the prayer. Because the prayer, man, is cold. One of my favorite, man. You see why they took it out. They won't Jay reading that. Around 20, I think it was talking about. You can go, yeah, 320. Yeah.
It's Daniel 3:20. It says,
Stop. No, stop it.
It says, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace.
Wow.
Then these men were bound in their coats.
Because they wouldn't follow after the king's commandment.
Meaning bow
Yeah,
at the
bow to the king.
at the sound of that.
Yeah, the music and the idol that they
Yeah.
You got it. But they still stiffly for the name of Yahweh outside. In other words, you got it.
Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
So the people that put them in there, it burned them up. That's how hot it was and how much the king was like, man, get them. I'm sick of this shit, you know. Was that the point? Was that 22?
No, that's 22, yeah. I got 23.
Yeah.
Hey, but that also shows the power of Yahweh Shema Shai too. Because as Yahweh Shema Shai made sure the people, the men that were feeding the fire, you know, for the as what they thought would be the deaths of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they got judged, man. You know?
Verse 23. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire. And,
Yeah. So let me read 23 again, then I'll have to.
Okay. It says, and these 3.
Who was speaking when he said that? Was it the one that put them in there that said that?
Nebuchadnezzar.
He said he saw 4 men, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't the other one see that 4th person? The Lord opened up his third eye to see that.
Yeah.
You would never know.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, man. And we got entities in unseen places, man. We're dealing with the principalities